I wake up and make my way to the deck of our ship. This morning, the sunlight is just a bit more golden, the breeze more humid and warm, and the smell carries more than merely salt and water. Within an hour, we're gliding along the shore, the coastal wind propelling us toward home. We round the final bend, and a wide bay opens up before us, busy streets fading into mountains and a castle beyond. This is my kingdom, and it is alive. But as wonderful as this place is, I would trade it all in a second for my most valuable treasure in this world. And even now, my mind forms her image in anticipation. We had our first kiss in the warm waters of the Indian Ocean, with a full moon almost as bright as the sun beaming ethereal light down upon our skin, and we were married in the great hall of my castle. From the moment she came into my world, I've known true happiness, for she is the companion I've searched for my whole life. In both physical form and in temperament, she is perfect. And now as the ship nears the dock, I see her. Though there are throngs of people clustered at the water's edge, there is no mistaking my wife, the Queen. Our eyes meet for the first time since I departed 10 years ago, and time itself slows. There is no one else around, only us, and a million thoughts are exchanged in the space of that first moment. The thousands of memories and scenarios I'd thought up and played out during the countless lonely nights at sea fall laughably short. There is perfect trust in those eyes, and I know she sees the same in mine. For all these 10 years, she's waited for me in perfect faithfulness. I know this, just as I know water is wet and the sky is blue. And in this moment, I have the answer to that old king's question: would you rather be feared or loved? Fear is not necessary when love is all. But as I finally approach her outstretched arms, she begins to fade before my very eyes. And now she's gone, and I wake up. For real this time. What are we to make of dreams like these? Being in love with a person so deeply, and knowing them intimately, only to wake up and find it was all fake. And how do we deal with the fact that the love we experience in dreams, or the love that's depicted in movies and books, can seem so much better than what's in the real world? In Hollywood, we see men and women that move heaven and earth for true love, and who always seem to end up falling into each other's arms to live happily ever after. Now, maybe you can watch these movies at your local theater, or blaze through the most recent best-selling novel, only to box it up and leave it at that. It's just the movies, after all. But I just can't do this. Call me a hopeless romantic, but I can't help these stories from spilling right over into my real life, even affecting decisions I might make in the future. Sometimes they fill me with a great resolve to never settle for the wrong person. Other times I feel like surrendering, but I think to feel too strongly either way is to miss the magic. Real life came first, and stories came after. The most remarkable love story ever penned, or the most glorious dream you've ever had, will almost surely have its equal somewhere in the archives of history, and especially in the lives of those whose only legacy is a little broken piece of a letter back home, or a single black and white portrait. Just take a little time to learn about our past, and you'll encounter real people who lived extraordinary lives with happy endings that seem taken straight from a fairy tale. But even if you're after the Garden of Eden itself, I don't think you need to give up hope just yet, because even these longings for true perfection exist for a reason. They're the targets that our hearts can aim for. I mean, our oldest, most beautiful stories were written by people who lived in a world that, if anything, was much less perfect than the one we live in now. A world where going hungry and just fighting to survive were commonplace. Is it really a surprise that these people long for perfection? For a world where everything eventually just worked out? So if I were to ask one thing of you, it would be this. Don't dismiss your deepest dreams and ideals as immaturity that you'll leave behind as you get older. For this is how we make progress towards a better end. By dreaming and imagining and longing for things which are so obviously far out of our reach. If we didn't, then things would always just stay the same. So don't expect perfection. Don't expect a love that concords with what you'll find in the final pages of a Jane Austen novel, or at the end of a dream about a king and queen reuniting after a decade apart. But hope for it. Look towards it. Work for it. Whether in this life or in the next, you might just find it.